Chosen ones, chosen ones, chosen ones, chosen ones. You have to be very careful for energy vampires, especially if you are an empath. You have to be very careful of energy vampires. These people can smell your energy from a mile away. You have to understand, you're giving them this fuel, this source that they can't get from a lot of people. They can't get from a lot of situations. You understand them. You feel their gaps. You feel their holes. You see them. You have to understand, a lot of times energy vampires aren't seen. A lot of people don't know them for them. But you do. You see them. You make them feel alive. And they take that energy and they harvest it. See, I believe there's two types of energy vampires. Ones who are intentional and ones who are unintentional. They both can be detrimental. But I believe, of course, the one who is more intentional about being an energetic vampire, who will show narcissistic tendencies, and therefore they are more detrimental. The one who's unintentional about them being an energy vampire is due to, them wanting somebody to see them. Just basic, they've been overlooked type thing going on. People don't really understand them. Those type of people who've been looking for a friend, they don't really do it out of spite, or they don't really do it maliciously. It's just they haven't been seen, or they haven't had a friend, or they haven't been able to communicate, or, just little things like that. Or sometimes they just don't know how to reciprocate. Or sometimes they've been in situations, or they have traumas or something like that, where they just need to get out their energy. They just need somebody to talk to. Like I said, they just don't know how to reciprocate because they have all this stored in them and they just need to get it out. And you're like their safe space. So with these people, you can kind of teach them, reciprocation. You can kind of limit, or you have your certain boundaries, to where you don't become resentful for this relationship, but them not pouring back into you or them taking up your energy. These are manageable. These are good people. It's just the energy needs to be managed. Then there's some people who intentionally go out to seek your energy. And they know they should reciprocate it, but they don't. They know they call you every 5, 10, 15 minutes for something little, while they know you're trying to, improve your life or do something better. These are the people who won't let you go. These are the people who see your growth and are afraid of you leaving. Therefore, they zap your energy. It is true. People can see that you're growing, and people get fearful that you may leave them. So they trap you. As far as taking your energy, they trap you. Right? And they take more and more and more and more of your energy. So that same energy you're supposed to be using to build more and more, or use for yourself, they have now siphoned it. And it's because they see that you are, pouring into yourself. They see that you're growing. And these people, they haven't had somebody pour into them. They haven't had somebody see them. But you know what? I take that back. A lot of times, people who intentionally seek your energy to zap it from you, I take that back. A lot of times, they have had people who've seen them. They're addicted to that feeling. They're addicted to being the center of people's worlds. They understand that. That's why I said people who are energy vampires intentionally have a lot of narcissistic tendencies, because that's something narcissistic, to where you want to be the center of somebody's life. I highly believe that. Where you want to be the main character of somebody's life, where somebody's supposed to dedicate all their energy to you, and you feel that you don't owe them anything in return. And that's very dangerous. The same energy you're supposed to be using to grow, they see that you're supposed to be using that energy to grow. Yet they want you to focus on them. See how sickening that is? That's why people like that you have to stay away from. Far, far away from. Energy vampires can be one of the dangerous people, one of the most dangerous people you come across. Not because they're, physically dangerous or anything, but it's because of what happens. The energy that you have is the most precious thing that you have. Energy is the most precious thing that you have. So if somebody's coming and siphoning it from you and you can't utilize it for yourself, then what good is it? What good is it for you to have that relationship in your life? It's like you pouring into a bottle and they're containing everything, but they don't pour back into you. That's borderline insanity. That's how I see it. It's borderline insanity. So you have to be very, very careful of energy vampires who want everything from you but don't pour back into you. These are very dangerous situations. Like I said, not because they're physically dangerous or anything like that. Like I said, because they take away from your ability to pour back into yourself. Ain't that crazy? Anyways, this is your favorite cousin Rich. Y'all be safe out there. Love and blessings.